Welcome to Pasquarello's kitchen. Today we're going to be making apple pie. It's a Nana Benson apple pie recipe. It's been in our family for over 400 years. So let's say it goes back to 1620 when the Pilgrims arrived at Plymouth Rock. Okay, so you're going to need about 8 to 10 apples depending on the size. I have a 9.5 inch pie dish right here. You may want to use less apples if you're going to use a 9-inch dish. We're going to make the crust too, and it's very easy to do. Don't get scared about making crust, and it's much better for you than buying it at the store. So to make the crust, you need 2 cups of flour. You need 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/3 of a cup of butter. I've already put the butter in room temperature. I cut it up into pieces and mashed it in here with a fork. And we're gonna add 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil or canola oil. Show you how easy this is. And the key ingredient to this is 5 tablespoons of ice water. It's gotta be 5 tablespoons. It's magic when it's done right. When it's not done right, it doesn't work. So here's 2, 3, 4, 5 tablespoons of ice cold water. Now we're gonna mix it up. Use a fork, and our fingers are gonna get a little messy. And this pie crust recipe is the best.
All right, when we have it mixed up with the fork, we're gonna go in. Don't be afraid to get your fingers in here, and it's okay to make some noise. Just don't break your dish. Okay, welcome back. It takes about just a couple minutes to knead the pie crust dough together, and this is what you get. Nice and doughy. And what we're going to do is, another part of the magic here, we're going to cut this into 2 pieces. One is going to be a little bit bigger for the bottom. And just eye it. And one a little bit smaller for the top.
Here's the one for the bottom. Make a little kind of a pancake.
Put it in saran wrap. There's one. Take the other. This will be the bottom. A little bit bigger. Another pancake. Put it in saran wrap that I have here. And we're covering it because, magic again, it's going to go in the refrigerator for about an hour. At least an hour before you use it. Okay? We'll see you in an hour.
We're back with our pie crust dough. We have 2 pieces that have been in the fridge for a little over an hour. This is the smaller one we'll do next. The bottom one I already put down on a piece of wax paper, and we're gonna work it out with your fingers until it's about the size of the bottom of the pie pan. Take your second piece of wax paper, put it on top. And now we got a nice heavyweight rolling pin. We're gonna roll it out. Little pressure.
Almost to the end. Come down this way. We'll go this side. We'll go over here. Keep rolling. A little more. That should do it. We'll peel the top off. And we'll put this, we're going to use this wax paper again. We'll use the other side next time. Okay, here we go. Take this off your counter. And remember, we're not looking for perfection. It's all going to work out. And now we peel off. Here we go. Okay, we'll lift and let this beautiful pie crust homemade sit in the bottom of our pie dish. Okay. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. But when you taste it, you're going to think that it's pretty close to perfect. Okay. We're good. Now, over here we have our apples. We cut them up
into pieces about this big. And in our mix, we have 1/4 cup of flour. That absorbs the moisture. We have a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a pinch of salt, and 3/4 of a cup of sugar. You can use sugar equivalent like Splenda if you want to, cut back on calories, but about 3/4 to a cup of sugar.
Here we go. We're gonna put this in. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay to use your fingers.
And remember, we used butter in our pie crust recipe. We used 1/3 of a cup of butter, which is almost a whole stick. The leftover butter in that one stick, I've cut into 4 cubes or 4 rectangles. Here's another bit of the magic. We're gonna put that butter right in here. Okay.
Little piece of crust. Now, we're gonna do the top crust. On the wax paper, the flip side of the wax paper that we already used, we're gonna press it out. Press it out to about the size of the bottom of the pie pan. And this one doesn't have to be as big. Our oven in the meantime we're preheating it to 425. Okay. Put the unused side down, and we're gonna roll again. Take your time when you're rolling. That should do it. Peel the top off. And here we go. Lift. Put it on top. Try to match it up. And peel back. Take your time. If it doesn't peel off right away, you can put it back in the fridge for another few minutes, but this should work fine. Usually have some extra to repair any minor rips, like this extra here. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Here we go. Now, let's bring this all together. Don't be afraid to take a little bit of the pie crust from one area and use it to repair another area. Okay, hands on is okay. My hands are clean. We're going to take our fork. There's a number of different ways you can do this. You can make a fancy design on the crust, but just crimp it so it stays together. If it starts to stick, you can wet the fork. Yeah, you can make a fancier design if you want to, but it doesn't make it taste any better. Last thing we're going to do is give it an escape hatch for the steam when it cooks. Poke some holes with your fork. Be careful when you pull it out. You don't want to pull any apple through like I just did, but that's okay. Okay, and we can take a little bit of that pie crust. Put it right over that hole like that. Okay, before we go in the oven, we need to protect the crust with tin foil so it doesn't burn. So we're going to put tin foil over just the edge of the pie, and there's a tricky way to do that. Save yourself some time. Take one piece of foil, put it over the whole pie.
So we have the foil on the pie. We're gonna cut with our scissors all the way around. This is a little bit easier than trying to get foil just on the edge. So we're gonna put this in a 425-degree oven for 50 minutes. The last 15 minutes we take this foil off so the crust cooks. In the oven we go. Okay, we're out of the oven after 50 total minutes. We took the foil off with 15 minutes to go, and smells delicious. This is Nana Benson apple pie, a recipe that's been in our family for over 400 years, maybe more. And you can do it, including making the pie crust. It's a lot of fun to do, and it tastes way better than the stuff you buy in the store. So before you cut right into it, you gotta let it sit 5 or 6 hours. We usually make it the night before and let it set overnight, and then it's nice, it's delicious, and you'll love it. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Stay healthy, be happy, keep smiling, and we'll see you next time. Bye. You can actually see the steam coming up from this beautiful apple pie. Bye-bye.